Jake here for American Trucks. In this video, I'm taking a look at the 4-inch drop sniper running boards in textured black, fitting 2010 and newer Ram 2500 crew cabs. Now these drop steps are going to appeal to the HD Ram owner who's on the hunt for a strong and affordable side step. They have a cool style, a high load capacity, and an affordable price tag, so they make a great addition to any truck, whether it's one that works hard, plays hard, or just needs to look cool. Now we see a lot of side steps come through the doors here, and they're easily one of the most popular modifications that owners make to their trucks, whether they're planning on making other mods or not. These ones are some of the cooler options I've seen personally, and I like them for a couple of reasons. First, they have a pretty neat, unique style to them. Described as a pentagonal shape, they look a bit different than a typical round or square tube side step, and uniqueness, in my opinion, is good. You don't want your truck to look like everyone else's. These also have the benefit of featuring a large side step. These measure about 5 inches in width, about 16.5 inches in length, and they have a 4-inch drop from the main bar here. So even if you've got heavy duty footwear on, you're gonna have room and you're gonna have grip, because again, this is textured and you've got these openings here as well, which are raised. Now the bars themselves have a weight capacity of 500 pounds each, so they're gonna be able to handle pretty much anything you can throw at them, and it makes it easy to access the cabin or the roof of your truck should you need to do so. Now these are a one-piece bar, so the steps here do not detach. That makes them a very solid platform, but they don't drop down too terribly far. So if you do find yourself out on a trail or a rough road somewhere, these aren't gonna negate all your ground clearance either. They do sit pretty close up to the rockers once they're mounted on the truck, so should you happen to catch them on something or get hit in the parking lot, these are gonna take the brunt of the hit instead of that job being taken up by your rocker panels. Now the bars are made using 2mm thick mild steel, and again, these are fully welded together. As you see them here on the table is exactly how I pulled them out of the box, so they are one piece. Now these are topped off with a textured black powder coat, and they have an E-coating as well for some added protection. So needless to say, these are very well protected from rust, corrosion, and the elements, meaning they'll be able to stand up to whatever you can throw at them. Same is true for the bracketry as well. These don't have the textured powder coat, but they do have a nice gloss black powder coat on them. Still gonna match pretty good, and they're gonna look nice when they're on the truck as well. And again, these are gonna be protected from rust and corrosion due to that coating. Pricing with these is also a highlight, as they're only gonna run you about $275. That makes them a really affordable option. Now, while these aren't the big old fancy electronic steps, you are getting a lot of protection for your money here and a cool style to boot. Now, I like something clean and simple when it comes to side steps, so if you agree with that, these are gonna be a great choice for your build. Installation is gonna get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter and should only take you about 2 hours to complete. Now these are a totally bolt-on installation. They come with all the hardware and the bracketry that you need included in the box. Not much more I can say about it here at the table, so with that, let's head on out to the shop and we'll walk you through the process.
For this install, you will need an impact, a ratchet, 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter if necessary, 10mm socket, deep and shallow 13mm sockets, 10mm wrench, a 13mm wrench, and a 13mm ratcheting wrench. What's up guys, today we're going to be installing some running boards on our Ram, so let's get started. So to start things off, we're going to grab our provided bolt plates that we're going to need to insert into the body of our truck so we can mount our main brackets to that. And they're going to go in the openings, kind of like so, and switch around to the opening in the bolt hole, and we'll show you that when we get under the truck. So we're going to need 3 for each side, so we'll grab those and get started. So we're going to grab onto the L shape of our bolt bracket here, and we're going to go ahead and insert it into this top portion of the opening for our mounts. Now, from the factory, you may have some tape over this. You just need to go ahead and remove that tape, and then we'll go ahead and insert this and get it through the forward bolt hole as the front of our truck is facing to my left. So we'll go ahead and get that in place. Get our stud here through, and then we're going to grab our plastic retainer, get that threaded onto our stud here. Now these are simply just to hold everything in place so we can mount our main bracket. So sometimes you can push them in, sometimes you need to walk them down the threads. And just kind of push that on there. It doesn't need to be tight. They're not going to hold them real tight. They're just going to make sure everything stays accessible. And then we can go ahead and do the same thing for our middle and front mount. So now we're going to go ahead and grab our main mounting brackets and get those in place. Now you'll notice this side has the elongated opening here, and that is going to be for our stud mount here. So we'll get that in place just like so. Then we're going to add our flat washer, our lock washer, and our 13mm hex nut. And we'll just get these hand tight for now, as we may need to make adjustments as we install the rest of our setup. So now that that's good and hand tight, we can go ahead and do the same thing for our middle and our rear brackets. So now we can go ahead and grab our support brackets that are going to get mounted to the pinch weld and our main bracket itself. So we're going to go ahead and get the double opening portion in place on our pinch weld and line that up with our bolt hole and our ear on our main bracket. Then we're going to grab 2 of our provided 10mm bolts and flat washers, get those through the mounting points on our pinch weld. Now, depending on the year of your truck, you may have these holes already. You may have to drill them out. Ours are already here, so we do not require drilling. Then on the other side of these bolts, we're going to add 2 more flat washers. Then after that, we can add our 2 10mm lock nuts. And we're going to leave those loosely installed, and we'll get our bolt installed to connect these 2 brackets. So now we'll grab our provided 13mm bolt and flat washer and get that through our mounting point here. Then on the other side, we'll add another flat washer and our 13mm lock nut. And again, we're going to leave this loose for now, and then we can repeat this whole process for the other 2 mounts. So now with our brackets loosely installed, we can go ahead and get our running boards in place so we can make any adjustments that need to be made before we tighten them down. Now we're going to grab our 13mm combo bolts, and we're going to insert those through our brackets into our threaded inserts on our boards themselves. So now we'll get this in place, and we can loosely install our combo bolts. We'll start with our middle one here, and that'll kind of hold it in place. Once we have our middle one loosely in, we can go ahead and get our front and rear brackets loosely installed. So now we'll go ahead and get our rear mount on. So our combo bolts go in our bottom mount here. Thread this in hand tight. And then we'll get our backside one in. It's kind of tough to see. Then we can go ahead and do the same thing for our front mount. Next, we'll grab our 10mm socket on our impact and our 10mm wrench and tighten down our support bracket. Now we can grab our 13mm socket on our impact and our 13mm wrench to tighten down our bolt, connecting our support bracket to our main bracket. Now we'll use our 13mm socket on our impact to tighten down our bottom bolt on our running board itself. Then we'll have to grab our 13mm ratcheting wrench for our backside combo bolt. So once you have everything tightened down for this bracket, you can go ahead and repeat these same steps for your other two brackets. So after you've got everything complete for this side, you can go ahead and repeat these same steps for the other side.
That's going to do it here for our review and install of the 4-inch drop sniper running boards in textured black, fitting 2010 and newer Ram 2500 crew cabs. Thanks so much for watching, and as always for all things Ram, be sure to keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.